Okay, so we're running a little late here. It's about quarter after, and we had a little bit of technical difficulty, but I think we're all set and ready to go. So, anyways, for those of you who do not know, I'm Steve Alby. I am one of the other founders of VICS Ranch, along with Victoria, and of course, we also have um, our good friend and board member Andrea. And like I said, like Victoria mentioned earlier, we're hopefully going to have her on here at the 6 o'clock, and we'll be going from there. But anyways, as Victoria had said, we have been doing a bunch of work, and it's part of the reason we're a little late trying to get some things coordinated to have a special guest in. And right now, we are almost ready to bring her on. Like I said, it's been a little bit of a technical to make sure we have everything ready to go, but we're just about there. Again, for those of you who don't know, VICS Ranch, we are a veterans and first responders, along with their immediate families. We are working our tails off, especially Victoria working her tail off to do everything we can to get the property set up and purchased. And again, as Victoria had mentioned earlier, Monday at noon is a next major timeline for us that we're working on and looking forward to. So with that, I think as I was saying, I have a special guest. I need a thumbs up to see if she is in fact here and ready to go. Looks like she is. So what I'm going to do is bring in our special guest. Unfortunately, Victoria had to run out. We've got so many things going on and so many different people and so many different places. So she's been out and about doing that. So what I'm going to do is bring in our special guest. And here she is all the way from across the pond, Ms. Lady Knockers. How are you today?
Oh my goodness. Hello, Stephen. It's so nice to see you. How are you doing?
Doing
Oh,
great.
you're looking quite good.
Oh,
It's
thank you
been
so
so
much.
long since we've been able to see each other with all the things going on
Oh, between
and
COVID
COVID
and
and everything. Yeah,
oh yeah.
it's been quite nasty actually.
Yes,
So
it
it's
has.
so nice to see you.
You too. You do too.
How are
Looking
you
great.
doing?
Doing really well. Doing really well. It's keeping super busy. I don't know when the last time you got updated from Victoria. We're working hard on our VIX Ranch.
Well, all I got was she sent me a message saying, "Oh, we need to catch up. We've got some great things happening." The last time I was actually, I did a performance for you guys in Beverly Hills and in Hollywood, and it was wonderful. And I know she was talking about stuff that she's working on for the future, and she said that she wanted to connect with me so that I could find out what's happening. So I said, okay, I could be on today, um, and so here I am.
Absolutely. So anyways, to catch you up, um, I am out here in Alabama. We've been here for well, I've been here since mid-July and working for the local installation here, and went back for
Oh, come on, Stephen, get on with it.
oh yes, 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 yes.
What's up with this taking? Are you taking a trip to London to tell me what's happening in
Absolutely.
Alabama?
Absolutely. That's what I do. But we've been out here and had Tori come out here and join me so that way we were together and she could see the area. We're really loving the area here in Huntsville, Alabama.
Are
And
you going to move there?
that's the plan. We
Are
are going
you
to
good?
move here.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness! Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness!
Going to
That
relocate
seems
here to
wonderful.
it
Is
is.
that
It's
for
a
your job
beautiful
or
area.
for hers?
Both. For my job, but also while we're here,
Oh
we've been
my!
looking at property, and Victoria found an awesome piece of property and had a chance to
Oh, I'll
meet
have to
the
come
owner.
visit you.
Absolutely will. It was great to go through there and introduce her. She was able to meet the owner of the property and talk to him and told him what we wanted to do. And he is just overcome with emotion
Now,
on
now, what
agreeing.
what what property are you talking about?
There's an 80-acre ranch here, in not too far from Huntsville. It's about an hour from Huntsville,
Okay,
right
and this
along the
is where
Tennessee
you're
River.
gonna buy a house and
This
live.
isn't for us so much as this is for VICS Ranch. This is to bring the ranch into existence, on the piece of property, 80 acres. Bring in. It already has a house. We'll use some of the house space for our headquarters. Some art areas that the vets can work in. There's a venue on property already that we can utilize quickly to have not only for a community area for vets, but also to rent out to help the property itself prosper and continue to go. It has a
So
full barn.
is this the VICS ranch that you guys were getting started
Yes,
a couple of years ago, and
yes, it
I was
is.
helping work on getting some promotion stuff going?
Absolutely,
Oh,
it's
this is
the same exact one.
amazing.
Same
So
exact
what
one that we've been working
so
on for
what's
so long and
happening with the
going.
property? How much is it? Do you have to,
Uh,
do you have the money to pay for it?
Well,
What's
we
happening
don't
with
we
that?
don't have we don't have the full money by a long shot, but we're working hard on it. We're doing fundraising. Right now, the property, the owner has it listed for a while. We went and took a look at it. He's asking approximately 1.6 million, so it's a hefty price tag on it. But he's made some special offers to us. And as of right now, if by Monday noon, the person who is currently interested in it cannot come up with the full cash offer for the property, he's going to take it off the market. He's going to take whatever we can up to um,
One
the what we have now, put it
one
in contract for a lease option,
Oh my
and
goodness, that's wonderful news.
absolutely. And once we have
Oh my goodness,
the
that's amazing.
once we have a full $100,000 in place to him, we'll be able to occupy and begin operations within, and then pay off the remainder under a lease option. With the,
Oh,
so it's an absolutely incredible
that's
offer.
incredible.
It is
Oh,
absolutely.
I'll have to come. I'll have to come and perform for you. You're gonna do a gala or something like that.
We are planning December 12th.
Oh,
If everything goes as planned, December 12th, we'll have our first event right there on the property. And
oh,
then
I'm gonna have to get on the line and ring Piers Morgan straight away and get you some publicity.
Pierce Morgan.
Oh, well, I'm British. We're all British, so we all know each other.
Oh, it works that way.
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay, awesome. That would be absolutely incredible. So we're planning the December 10th or December 12th, but then also in the spring in April, we'll do another follow-on to keep moving forward. And our yearly plan will be a gala every April in order to promote and raise funds for VICS Ranch and ensure that we have everything in place so that way we can really prosper.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be absolutely fabulous. Well, so I'll have to do a bit of work because I don't have Pierce's phone number, so I'll have to stalk him a bit.
But you're all British. You should have it.
Exactly. I'll just ring up the Queen as well.
There you go. There you go.
I,
More the
now,
merrier.
So you get that to happen, that you will help British.
You're for some reason something happened here. Hold on. Lost your connection for a second here for microphone. Let me see. Something happened with your microphone. I think we lost you. Well, we're having some technical difficulties. I'm going to just kind of keep running here for a minute. Something's up. Lost lady knockers in her microphone. However, but anyways, for everybody else that's on here, again, I've got a couple notes here. Richard, possible grant source. Can we get some paperwork? Yes, absolutely. Make sure you take the paperwork. You can send it to victoria.colvin That's Victoria with a K .colvin at VICSranch.org. So you can send any of the paperwork that you need to that email address. The VICS Ranch email is up and running just fine again now. So you can send it there so that way we can look at the paperwork and get stuff filled out. Let's see. Thank you, Richard. Sherry says her knockers knocked it out. Yep, that's about it. Her knockers knocked out the microphone. Something happened. I'm not sure what, but and yes, Sherry, it's wonderful to see you as well. And we're having technical difficulties. So unfortunately, Lady Knockers is not going to be able to return. I'm getting a message that her system is down and out. So unfortunately, we locked her. It was great to have her for that short period of time when she was able to be here. But unfortunately, we lost Lady Knockers. So anyways, as we've been talking, the ranch is not a sure thing. We still need help, or we're not out of the woods yet completely. But we do have, so we really need the help. We need people to keep reaching out and helping, volunteering to do whatever they can. We know people don't always have money, but just sharing the message helps in every way. The more you can turn around and send this out to people so that people know about it, they can research it, go on to the Facebook page, VICSranch.org, go on to the YouTube, VICS Ranch, look at the videos. We have the videos on there from the current owner who we are working with for this offer. And again, he is offering to do a lease option with us, which is absolutely incredible. So we'll know more further details on that come Monday at noon. But we are working hard to get this thing in place. This again is for the veterans. We want them to be able to be supported. I saw a post up on Facebook, and it said how the military is all about not leaving a soldier or Marine or a sailor or an airman behind. Well, how about the veterans? In my opinion, the military does an awesome job, always has, of making military members into their branch, whether it's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, it doesn't matter. The military does a great job making them into that branch. However, when they're getting out, I think they could do a much better job of making them ready for civilian life, make them ready to get back into society and be a supporting member within society. And that's part of the goal here for VICS Ranch. We want to give job skills. We want to give the ability to have therapy through art and animals. We know that those have therapeutic value. We know, and Victoria calls it accidental therapy. We know that as you get together with a group of like-minded individuals that have been through the same things, they have a same commonality, a background, and you don't. I was in Desert Shield, Desert Storm. Did I have any rounds actually fired at me? No, I didn't, but I was over there. I was there for 9 months. We did have Scud missile attacks. We did have our moments where it was like, okay, what's going to happen next? We didn't know. But you still have that commonality. You're away from your from your family, from your parents, from your loved ones. If you were married at the time, or if you had kids at the time, you're away from them during all those periods. So you have something, a common background. We all went through a boot camp of one kind or another. Again, there's a commonality, and that is something that people can talk about. That provides people the chance to actually talk. And when they do that, they have therapy. They can. Oh, Victoria has come back.
Hi. Am I late?
We're about a little bit into it. We've been going for about 15 minutes here.
Oh,
let me move over here and let you jump in.
Hello, all. Hi. I'm sorry. I had to run an errand. I had to run real quick and take care of my puppy dog, and to go get some things for her. As you probably have heard, as I've been talking a few times, that
she has 8. I'm my guess is 8. That's my guess. She has
Yeah.
8 puppies.
He-
Well,
he-
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We
Don't
should
know.
we should do a pool.
Yeah,
of-
have some
of,
kind of a
People can donate and then put in their number of how many puppies they think she's going to have, and then the money all goes to VICS Ranch, but the winner will win a really cool art design piece by VICS Ranch.
Oh, that'd be cool.
From our veterans.
That'd be really cool.
Sherry, maybe you can get to work on putting that together. That'd be a fun thing to put out on social media and stuff. So anyway,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Not a problem.
Was anybody able to come?
No, well, maybe.
Oh, well, maybe. What do you trying
Yes,
to be?
Lady Knockers was here.
Oh, she did. She
Yes.
okay. I was hoping that she would. I'm going to talk to her again. I wasn't able to talk to her very long. I only sent her a quick message, and she sent me one back saying she'd like to catch up. So,
Yeah, she had some kind of a technical issue and we lost audio, so I don't know what happened. So
okay. All right. Well, we just wanted to come back one more time and talk to you again for a few minutes. I'm gonna step off for just a second. I just got back in, so I'm gonna run to the restroom while you keep talking, and then
Yep.
I'll be right back.
okay. So as we were saying, the accidental therapy, that's a huge piece, something that we really think that can be beneficial, help veterans who have a need to talk to one another. Sitting in a room in a circle with somebody pointing to you and saying, well, how do you feel? That doesn't always give you the results that you need. And we really want them to have the chance to just talk to like-minded individuals who've been in the same situations, who have a common background, and maybe that'll help them, express what they feel, express what they've been through, and it'll give them the ability to heal, give them the ability to talk to each other. And
I need my pluggy hole.
I gotta plug things back in, otherwise she can't hear. She can't
Yeah.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she can talk, but she just couldn't hear.
Oh, I can always talk. Hey, if anybody that knew my dad, I got this from my dad. Okay, we called it colvinitis. I got it from my dad because my dad could talk to a stranger, and my mom used to say that I have never met a stranger, so I can talk with no problem. This girl's got no problem running her pie hole. Let me tell you. I'll be right back again. The dog's got trash. I got to get him to get the trash moved off of.
Dogs are giving us lots of fun.
Well, it's been a joy with the dogs. Here.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's been nice to have them, but it just
But
they're confined.
Bad.
Well, no,
It's
they're
nice
just
to have them, but
no, they're confined, so they don't have the ability to get out and just
but they're
run.
confined.
So I'm sure for them it would be a whole lot better if they had that ability to just go out and have room to just run whenever they wanted to. Richard says should make a nature circle around a fireplace, so seasons outdoors, so us that have issues with confinement don't get flustered. Absolutely. And we actually plan to do that. There's a lot of areas out there. We want to have a couple fire rings, and so that way there's some open area where you just kind of sit around and kick back and relax out there, do kind of the twilight type piece where you're sitting around a fireplace. I was a firefighter and I've got 12 years experience in fire. The last four of it was actually, I've got 16 years. I had 12 when I was active military and then another 4 with Forest Service. And I'm one of those, I can easily just stare off into a fire and get lost. I love the effect. I love, watching the flames as they move around and do what they want to do because they want to do it. That's fire. So that's something that we plan to do is have some of that available. And again, we have plenty of material there. We have lots of open areas, so we can keep it safe and make sure that there's no issues and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that Richard, that's absolutely where you can do that, and that outdoor setting is absolutely incredible too. So not only while they're in working on projects or something like that, but also while they're actually after hours or before the end of the day, go out there and just kind of chill out and stuff like that. So that's all great.
And literally every room in the main building, which, instead of having them as bedrooms, we're going to have them as like an art room or a writing room or stuff like that. But literally every room has an amazing view. There's not one single window in that building that does not have an amazing view. So, and there's so many open spaces that are going to just make it to where, different things that's internally, but then outside as well. And then one of the things I want to implement, like pretty much from, oh, that's because I gave her a copy of mine. You're pretty funny. But anyway, is the cat out of the bag? Is that what you're trying to say? That's not funny, Ed. So the funny thing is, the funny things. I'm totally on a different thing. Thanks a lot, Richard. Look. Looks awfully familiar. So anyway, hey, I did a comedy show one time. I'm not going to kid you that I was talking and then I introduced someone else to talk that was supposed to introduce Lady Knockers. And then I ran away to go get dressed into my Lady Knockers, and I came out and I did my performance, and then I went back and changed back into myself, and then I came back out and I was introduced again to speak again about VICS Ranch. I was actually speaking about, and there were people there that like later when we went to a movie premiere is where we were going. So when we went to the movie premiere after the event part, we went to the movie premiere and I didn't have the changing room to be able to go do a full change. So I literally, as I stood there in front of everybody wearing the exact same clothes, I just put a hat on. And other people in the audience were like, "Oh my God, I really didn't know that was you." But I had the ability to fully redo my makeup and have somebody helping me to redo and really make me in. This time I just had throw some glitter on and put some glitter on my lips and call it a day and put my hair up and put my wig on and stuff. But yeah, if anybody doesn't know, okay, just to make it clear so that nobody goes like, "Oh, this is fraudulent. This is fake. You ain't even British." Yeah, I'm not British. My character is British and she's from England. And yeah, okay. So get over yourself if you have a problem with it. It's a character. So thank you very much. But hopefully I do the character pretty well. Yep. I've been told I do the character pretty well, but usually when I go do a stand-up show, I'm not playing two people.
No, nope.
I might say jokes with two voices, but yeah, you're not supposed to tell. I know you're not supposed to. Well, I have a throw from that. Sometimes when I do a show, I don't ever tell them that I'm somebody else. I don't ever tell them, and then other times I do. So I think it just depends on. I mean, she has her own website. It's her own thing, and I guess it's my alter ego.
There you go.
It's my great grandmother. So I tell this story all the time because it's kind of funny, especially the way I say it. But so I come from royalty, and on my dad's side, we come from German royalty. Don't pat me on the back or say, "Wow, that's really amazing. You're royal." Yeah. Well, on our side in the German family, we were kicked out of the royal family for being a drunkard. So that kind of destroyed that whole side. And then on my grandmother's side, on my mom's side, my great, I'm not sure which one it was, but one of them, she was a lady in waiting for the queen and of England. And I go, "You know what that means? You're just royal enough to be able to wipe the queen's arse. That's it. So anyway, but yeah, maybe it was my previous life. Yeah, maybe. Well, I might have been a Viking. I might have been royal. I don't know. Maybe I was an English royal. Maybe I was an English maid, carrying buckets of milk somewhere. So who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I don't ever, if somebody asks me, I don't lie and say no. But if they don't, I usually don't say anything. So from this point on, hush, hush, and keep it quiet. All right? Because I got your number. All of you.
All y'all.
All y'all. Yeah.
Come on, you're in the South now.
I do voices so well. If I talk to somebody for 5 minutes, I have to do a disclaimer with new people. If I just meet you, do I not?
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask people, hey, just an FYI, this is something that happens and I don't even control it. I don't even know that I'm doing it. But if I'm talking to somebody for 5 minutes, it doesn't matter where they're from. Within 5 minutes, I sound just like them. I start, and I'm like, honestly, I am not mocking you. I'm not trying to mock you. I will just start talking. I noticed that the video I did with Tim, I sounded Southern.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't mean to. I just try to be myself, but I have what's called a mimicker in my brain somehow, so I can mimic. And so I easily will adapt to whatever somebody else is saying, and I can just easily adapt to that. So it's just kind of funny. It's called metamorphosis brain fart. That's pretty funny. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to implement on the ranch, pretty much out the gate when we start, is everybody's going to be at different mental levels and different physical levels. And even if you hated cadence runs when you were in, we kind of missed them when we got out. Yeah. Right? I think
it's so funny. There's the things that you absolutely did not care for when you were in sometimes, and
like going to the field.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things that you don't like going to the gas chamber. You don't like going to.
Well, I don't know that we should implement the gas chamber.
No, I don't think so either. But marching was not something that everybody enjoyed doing. But I'll tell you, sometimes I just out of the blue, I'll yell out a forward, and as if we're getting ready to march, and just belt it out loud and stuff like that, and just because it was something that you didn't necessarily like to do, but
And I bet if you do that, whoever you're walking with or you just okay, let's go.
Yep.
And so one of the things I wanted to implement on the ranch, and utilizing the different skill levels or the different desire levels, and mental and physical ability levels. So I wanted to implement every day at a specific time, which we will come up with the time. I don't know what time we will do it, but we will come up with a time. And I want to implement a 22-minute fitness exercise, cadence run, hike, walk, or meditation. And at the same time every day for 22 minutes. And you join whichever group you want to be in. If you do a cadence run, if you always implement natural gas chamber after game cards, eating 5 pounds baked beans and eating a tablespoon for each point you have. Oh, that's kind of funny. But I want to do that. I want to do that where there's going to be a big enough hill, and the property's 82 acres. So there's plenty of places to go and run. There's great, beautiful areas where we could set up a round circle, and whether people are physically able to sit on the ground and want to, or they want to sit in the chairs or whatever, to look out over a beautiful landscape and have 22 minutes of meditation and peace. Or if you want to sit in a group and, talk for 22 minutes about life or about where you're going or your hopes and dreams. So somebody might want to be in the group of silence. We want 22 minutes of silence. We just want to meditate and be quiet for 22 minutes. Or we want to get in a group that basically don't give me the talking stick, because I'll spend 22 minutes talking and everyone else will be like, my turn. Do we each get 22 minutes? Or we get 22 people and they each get 2 minutes?
That's 44. Your math has just got to get worked.
Okay, we get 10 people and they get 2 minutes each? Is
that 20 minutes?
Okay, so we get
it's 11 people.
11
2 minutes
people,
apiece.
2 minutes each. Now I like the 22 people and they each get a minute. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Have I ever said I was super? I'm trying to build something, not math. I'm going to hire somebody to do the CPA shit, because obviously you definitely do not want me handling that. If I think 22 plus 2 or times 2 is 22. So let's just not do that. Okay. Let's get lawyers are going to do the legal stuff. CPAs will do the math stuff, and I'll do the creative stuff.
Yes.
And the operations stuff. I'll be real quick to be the first person that'll be happy to vote in a better CEO than myself. I'm happy doing the operations and the creative operations, stuff like that. So I do want to implement that. So we'll put a cadence run together. And as Steve has said many times, when it comes to doing cadence, the cadences, we're not going to be censored. So we can do whatever cadences we want. If somebody gets offended, they're just going to have to come talk in my office, and I'm going to have to slap them in the face. Okay, maybe I won't slap them in the face.
That's when they just got to go have their little time.
We got to send them to timeout.
Something.
We're going to set up a timeout corner for babies. If you're going to be a baby and you're going to complain about normal stuff, then you can go over here in the crybaby section. And you know what that is? That's the bus that takes you off the property.
Yes, we should have a kind of acting stage in Mike. We will.
Oh, we
Absolutely.
plan to.
Because again, we already have the venue area. That venue area, the original owner, the current owner, was working to make that into a wedding venue. It's right now got a full outside shell, and there are some stud walls inside, but that's the extent of it. It has never been finished off from there. So we have great plans that, yes, we want to have the ability. And if we have people that want to be open mic, they want to go and do poems, or they want to do comedy, they want to do music, that is entirely open. And
we're going to bring people in that do those skills to help teach those skills.
Right.
I'm not a musician. I played saxophone and clarinet and bassoon when I was in high school. Mr. Thornton. So I did that, but I am not a musician. I do not write music. I can put mixes together. I'm really good at that. I can put sounds together, and I can hear, I know good music when I hear it, and I was able to help get people into the music industry because I could identify really good stuff, but I cannot make it or write it. So, it's very easily, is that Strawberry Watermelon Cape Victoria? Oh, poetry. I write lots. Oh, vape. No, it's not strawberry watermelon. It's actually pomegranate and raspberry, but it's really yummy. I was trying to figure out what cape. I was like, I don't have a cape on. What cape are you talking? Are you talking about the purple cape that Lady Knockers was wearing? But anyway, we are going to do those things, and I want to bring people on to volunteer and help. And so I want to take from the job training skills. We're going to have people that are, licensed electrician to help people learn the electrical side of it. But those things are going to come into play building the tiny homes. But the art side is also going to come into that, because we're going to bring the artistic side into making them into themes. And then we're going to have people that are musicians that can help teach somebody that maybe always wanted to play guitar or piano or whatever, or, and they may have an ear for it. They may be able to start out right away doing these things. And then as they are doing them, they're going to have the aptitude to do that. And each of our volunteers are going to be writing surveys basically on each of their people that they are working with, to give us, how they did when they were in the training session. Because if they make a suggestion, like, let's say we have an architect, because everything we do, we're going to have to get some architectural help with. So we get a volunteer from an architectural firm to come in and help us with it. But we're going to have some volunteers from people running in the program that are going to work with that person. And then you could have the architect come back and give us his review of each of the people and say, okay, this guy, everybody did it amazing. I loved the help, blah, blah, blah. But this particular one has an absolute aptitude to become an architect.
Whether they're an engineer or whether somebody, needs some further guidance, that can go on to become an apprentice electrician up to a journeyman. Same thing with the other trades, engineering, architecture, the whole thing.
We'll put scholarships together so that we can make sure that we can help them with their education, whether it be that they have to go to secondary school and help them get in it and help them with scholarships to get that part, or to pay for certification testing.
Exactly.
So that's going to be one of the parts. But then everything can't be work. Everything cannot be work, because if it's all work and no play and no fun, then it's going to be adding more stress. And I just don't see anyone feeling really great about themselves after, I call it going from a hero to a zero. And I've heard that in many people before, because they feel that way. And it's because they went from being this soldier or this trooper, and then they're now a zero because they're greeting people at Walmart.
Yeah, the responsive.
They've got a crappy they're bagging groceries because they, pound grounders don't really have maybe a secondary thing that they can fall back on. Some people went in the military to get away from a bad life that they were in, family or whatever. And guess what? When they get out, that bad stuff's still there. So we need to give them the tools to be able to take care of themselves. And if they can do that, they don't have to bag groceries. They can become an architect or whatever. So outside of the job skills, which is going to be great for their future, we want to have those other things like art and working with animal therapy. So that's going to be kind of a requirement. And that's when the application part comes in, is, are you going to participate in all the levels? Because it's job skills, art therapy, and animal therapy. So you have to work with a pet of some sort.
Mhm.
I don't care if it's the garden, because pet
rocks.
Well, they don't grow.
Oh,
But vegetables do, and a garden does. So if you really have allergies, or you can't do the animal side,
I told
there's
you
still
before,
animals.
when they want the tiger, you just give them a tiger lily.
Exactly.
Come on.
So they can work with that, or they can work with an actual pet or a animal. Work with the horses and whatever else we end up having there. I foresee it in my head. I've already had this image of the one person who comes and he's like, I don't want a dog. I don't like dogs. Okay, well, have a cat. I don't want a cat. I don't like cats. Well, have a guinea pig. I don't like those things. They're rodents. Well, why don't you work with the horses? I'm allergic to horsehair. All the excuses, that you're going to hear. I don't want it. And it's really, I don't want to. And say, well, you have to do something. So let's pick something. And okay, I'm going to assign you to the chickens. I'm going to assign you to the chickens. They're fairly simple. You go out, you feed them, you water them, you keep them, you make sure their structure is safe, and you make sure that you hydroponics instead of
Hydroponics,
garden,
yeah.
thus provide year-round growth. Yeah, exactly. And there's so many animals, wildlife out there, that we are going to have it secure enough to where we're not growing stuff just to feed the wildlife, because
Yeah,
that's all
we'll
that's
have
going to
to-
happen.
We'll have to do greenhouse type, and
Yeah.
hydroponics would be something that we would look at
So
as well. So yeah,
I foresee this guy out there with the chickens being assigned. Okay, then you're going to go take care of and feed the chickens. And your job is to feed them and water them and make sure that their structure stays from getting broken down, and collect the eggs. So
hey Sherry, you know how they get eggs, right? You have to have. We don't allow any of that crazy stuff out there. Come on.
what's that? Eggs?
How do they get eggs?
I don't see a question that says how do they get
No,
eggs? Oh.
She just mentioned eggs. Well, and then you mentioned eggs later. I was going to go and jump in and
Okay.
and be sarcastic
You're
about the
supposed to
eggs.
put the
but-
banner on too. You didn't even put our banner on.
Well,
Whatever.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm gonna have to
you didn't-
teach him.
you
At
didn't-
some point, I'm gonna have to
you
teach him how all this
didn't
stuff
show
works.
me all that stuff.
Well, they're right there, but whatever.
You didn't.
Anyway, so I can foresee this guy out there, and against his will, he's gonna, I'll go feed him and I'm gonna water him. I don't like having to do this. And a month from now, you're gonna go out there, and they're gonna have the most secure chicken coop ever, because he is going to make sure that he's trying to egg you on. That was pretty good. So he's going to have the most secure chicken coop ever. He'll probably have sentries outside of the chicken coop volunteering their hours, and he'll have every one of them named. You'll go out there, and every time he sees somebody out near the chicken coop, he's going to come marching out there. What you doing with my chickens? What you doing with my chickens?
Mhm.
Hey, get away from Bertha. You don't know Bertha. Get away from Bertha. She just had babies, like 17 of them, because I collected them this morning. So that's the progression I can already envision. Because sometimes you have to start out with a push outside of your comfort zone, and then the next thing you know, you're going to have somebody who is really, really caring about those creatures that he didn't want to even have anything to do with, So yeah, motion sensing. And I was talking to somebody one time, and it was so funny. I mean, it happens if you do a wall in between, but they were saying, just electrify the fence around your chickens. I said, well, you should probably put that on the other side, or you're going to have fried chicken in the morning.
Mhm. Well, we're sitting at 43 minutes, so we're trying to keep these things somewhere, half hour, 45 minutes, somewhere around
I
there.
didn't realize it was
Yeah,
43 minutes.
yeah.
I wasn't looking at the time.
So-
I was just talking. Well, I was taking into account what the person said the last time, that don't make it so quick. It takes longer for people to get in because they're wanting. Maybe we'll go a little bit longer at 6. I don't know. And maybe we'll get Lady Knockers to come back again another day. So
Yep. And like I said, we're going to try and get Andrea.
maybe she'll come on tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to try and get Andrea to come in and join us here at 6 o'clock. Send her a link and bring her into the show.
Hopefully.
To the broadcast here, and hopefully we can do that. So,
well, then we've got 1 minute left. Anybody got anything poignant to say in 1 minute? I do. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for everything that you are providing for us. And don't lose hope. If you are struggling, or if you have a hard time, if you haven't seen our logo that we have on our website, or our phone number, should be somewhere on our website. I'll have to go and look and clear that up. But contact us. we will do everything we can to help. We don't have a place yet. We're working on that. We are working very hard on that. And soon we will be able to, we're not using Zoom. So I will have to figure out how to merge Zoom
Yeah, I don't know
and
if you
bring
can
it
bring that.
into
I don't know if
this.
you
I
can
don't know
bring
if
that
I
into
can
StreamYard
or not. I have to do some investigating because I use StreamYard. That's what I was using before because I've done I do a lot of stuff. So now the focus is just I'm airing it on all my stuff, but the focus is just the focus is all VICS Ranch. So other than I'll have to attend Lady Knocker's comedy nights or something. Probably because I kind of have to be there.
Yeah, kind of.
But we can't really do completely split screen with me and her unless we pre-record, and I haven't taken the time to do that. I do want to practice doing that so her and I can be on screen together. So that's going to throw people really off.
Yep.
But I am going to work on that. I just haven't done it because I'm not in my actual studio. I'm in a hotel, so I don't have all my studio equipment to be able to do that. So I can try and see if I can work on something tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, anything else that last minute you want to say?
Nope. I think we gotta run. We got a few things. I got a few things we got to do here. We're supposed to be back on at 6, which is in 2 hours. So
yep,
we got to get Andrea lined up and stuff like that. So
all
we
right.
got things to do.
Well, love to all. And the mission statement. That's what she wants to hear. She wants to hear our mission statement. And if you want to read our mission statement right there.
Our mission statement, VICS Ranch is a nonprofit veterans are benefiting veterans of the armed forces and veteran first responders. Our mission is to eradicate or reduce suicide, homelessness, and assist those qualified to become independent while staying connected and understanding they always have support. For further information or help, email contact@vicsranch.org, volunteer at vicsranch.org, vicsranch.org, or donate. We have an extra VICS Ranch.
Apparently so.
Or donate at vicsranch.org. VICS Ranch is a Nevada state nonprofit, and 501c3 status has been applied for. So again, the way it all works on that, for those of you don't know, from the time you start your nonprofit and you have your state certification for nonprofit, you have 27 months before you are absolutely required and have to have that in place in order for people to be able to use that credit for tax deductions. So
and to get your tax exempt.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have it rolls back a full 27 months from the time you start. So, or from the time you get things going. So.
All right. So anyway, we are out of here and we will be back at 6 o'clock. If we're a little bit late, stand by. We will be there within shortly. Hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties at 6, but we'll be back at 6. Love you all. And God bless our veterans and our active duty service members and our members that are serving in first responder categories, whether they're a police officer, a firefighter, or EMS, nurses and doctors too. Just thank you and God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you.